Hello, I'm Kade.
And I'm Curtis.
And welcome to the Guatemalan Bean Curd Factory.
Show!
This episode, we talk about some interesting hot takes that we found on the line.
On the line.
Cue the intro. So, we found a bunch of hot takes, and if you don't know what hot takes are, it's
Not cold takes.
It's not cold. It's an opinion, usually an opinion, that you can have about something relatable, and it's typically controversial. Let's just go right into one.
All right.
And make more sense of it. First, we have cats make better companions than dogs. Now, what do you think about that one?
Obviously, that's completely false.
I agree. I think, history, as like the hieroglyphs of ancient Egypt and whatnot, they typically show dogs as loyal and cats kind of just do their own thing.
I don't know about hieroglyphs showing dogs more than cats. But really, it comes down to, it said companion, and cats really just run off.
That's true.
They only come back to eat and poop in their box.
That's true.
Where dogs will actually stick next to you.
It is man's best friend.
That's right.
Man's best friend. Yes. All right, next up, we have small animals are great pets for small children.
I think that's totally wrong.
I think as previous owners of big dogs, I think big dogs are very docile.
But we've had small dogs too.
We've also had small dogs, but not when children were around.
Right. Small dogs were still annoying.
That's true.
They're yappy.
Small dogs act like big dogs.
They jump around a lot, and they don't really care if you're a small child or not.
I think that's
Where
fair.
I think a big dog, once it's, mature, actually thinks about its surroundings because it's a big dog and
it's got to, it's got to know its own strength and whatnot.
Right.
But so far we're agreeing a lot on these.
All right.
But here's another one that we might not. We got pugs are ugly.
That's an interesting one there because they're definitely ugly. But
I think I like the look of a pug.
But I think a pug goes beyond standard ugliness.
Oh.
Back into, it makes the loop back into around where it starts looking cute
It's
again.
so ugly.
So ugly.
It looks cute.
That it's turned around. So just say, you can't say it's not ugly. It is ugly. Okay. But the ugliness of it has started to come back around and gets to the cute side.
I don't know if ugly is the word. Maybe just so unique. It's got very specific character. The face folds. It doesn't really look like any other dog. Well, you got like Saint Bernards, and when they get old, they get folded up and whatever. Any dog gets foldy, I guess. But I don't know. I like the look of pugs. I think pugs are
all right,
pretty cute.
I know when we had our first dog, which was a full-size red Doberman Pinscher, and we took it to puppy class. It's all puppies. Now, a male Dobie is a pretty big puppy. I mean, it's not Saint Bernard or Great Dane.
Great Dane, 7
puppy,
feet
but
tall.
it's still a large.
Yeah, it's a large
puppy.
dog.
And there was a guy there who had a pug, and he named the pug Snorch. Which specifically
it's
describes,
like an onomatopoeia.
Yeah, it describes a pug perfectly.
Snorch. That's pretty good. Next up, we have most of us would have a pet tiger if we could.
I completely disagree with that.
I think it's pretty scary.
Yeah,
but
I mean, we're talking about a apex predator that eats meat. And people are meat.
I am meat. That's true. People
as a pet. Meat. I don't think the trust would ever be there.
Well, I mean, dogs eat meat. Cats eat meat.
They're a lot smaller than people. Tigers are larger than people.
Well, you get like a Great Dane, like we talked, you get a big dog. It's kind of tiger-y.
Yes, but they're more bred. They're bred over very long periods of time to be friendly towards people.
Tigers are also very filled out. They're like wide, and their limbs are thick.
And
whereas like bigger dogs, they're kind of stringy. Like a like a Great Dane. They got
a Mastiff is not stringy, and it's a big dog.
Yeah, I guess.
But yeah, I would say I would be way too afraid to ever have a pet tiger, even if you had it as a little kitty.
Right.
Once it starts getting pretty big and its paw is bigger than your face, it would be.
It gets to scary town, that's for sure. Yeah, I
this
see
is zero experience in having pet tigers.
That's true. I've never had a pet tiger. But, it's like pigs, People, they like the little cute baby pigs, and then they get big because they're pigs, and then they get ugly and hairy, and nobody wants them.
Good thing they named it Bacon.
It's a tiger situation. When they're little, you're like, oh, the tiger. And then they get big, and you're like, oh, tiger.
It's a freaking tiger.
Yeah. All right, next up after that one, we have spiders get a bad reputation. Now, that's a hard one. Because you got, like, black widows that are, pretty, they got, like, venom and such. And then, but I could also see, them getting a bad reputation because they do look scary.
Yep.
But they do, they eat the bugs.
They do eat the bugs. They catch those bugs in those webs, which is pretty good.
Home security.
Against bugs.
You get a big enough spider, you could catch a man. Like in Lord of the Rings.
Oh, yes.
He spins
just
up,
like Lord of the Rings.
Frodo.
Since that's based on
definitely real
accuracy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but spiders are scary. They do seem scary, even though they're doing a good thing. And you think, oh, this particular garden spider doesn't really hurt people or anything. They're just catching bugs, but it's still scary.
They're pretty scary looking. That is true. All right, after that one, we're out of animal territory here. We're going on to Samsung is better than Apple.
Samsung is better than Apple.
Now, in a lot of situations, I would agree because Samsung does a lot more than Apple does. Like, Apple does, like, phones, tablets, computers. Samsung's out here making fridges. Like,
I didn't even think of that. There is not an Apple fridge yet, at least.
Yet.
But yeah. I didn't even think of that part of it. The appliance side.
Yeah, serious appliance heavy on Samsung.
Because Apple does. I would think in my mind the Samsung versus Apple was straight to just cell phones.
That is usually. That's what you would think of, right?
I've never owned a Samsung phone. It's always been Apple.
I've had a Samsung phone. I had a work phone that was Samsung, and I didn't like it. But that was because I was accustomed to Apple. So who's to say, really? We're kind of.
I would say a lot of people say. A lot of people have Apples.
I feel like a lot of people.
It is like one of the biggest companies on the planet.
I think a lot of people think like an iPhone is like a status symbol. But you can also see the other side.
Now they're pretty common.
That's true. But you could also see the other side where Samsung now has these flippy phones. And that's kind of a status symbol now.
Yeah, but that's kind of gimmicky.
I don't know. That's kind of a cool gimmick. I might get one.
I want the ones from the future that you can like see through. Like in the movies and TV shows that are from the future. And you can just like, it's like a piece of glass.
You want a Apple House.
Those don't fold. That tells you it was a gimmick in the past because they're in the future.
You get a Apple House that folds.
I thought the Samsung folds.
Oh, sorry, the Samsung house folds.
There you go. Plus, you would have appliances because it's a
Samsung appliance.
The Apple House wouldn't have any appliances.
Yeah, you'd have an iPad for a toilet. You'd have to download the Flush app, and it wouldn't work.
You got to sign in. To your iCloud account before you can flush.
Don't forget your passcode. You get locked out of the toilet for 12 days.
How about this one? Nike is the best sports brand.
Now, I don't know if that's a hot take because I feel like Nike is definitely the most popular sports brand.
I don't know if it is or not. I know nothing about sports or sportswear.
Well, you got like Adidas.
Sure.
And then
you do.
Champion.
Do you? Okay.
I don't know much other besides those, but I feel like a lot of people are very familiar with Nike and Adidas.
They do have the swoosh there. That's
swoosh,
pretty iconic.
And whenever you watch like the Olympics, a lot of people wear Nike stuff.
But I'm sure there's something about all of it's probably made in the same few factories in China or Southeast Asia, and it doesn't really matter what brand is on it.
Yeah, that's probably a truth right there.
How about this one? Taco Bell is the best fast food outlet.
Outlet, like chain.
Yeah, I think that's what they're saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. That definitely is a hot take.
Is it?
I don't know if I really agree. Taco Bell is good.
It really depends on what you categorize as best, but I don't know if Taco Bell would be best in any of the categories.
Well, because what else falls under like McDonald's, Wendy's,
sure,
Jack in the Box,
but
Panda
Taco Bell
Express.
is yes, and all of those Taco Bell is unique. I mean, because you have McDonald's or Jack in the Box or Wendy's or Burger King. They all sell the same food: burgers and fries.
Taco Panda Express doesn't sell burgers and fries.
Panda Express does not sell.
Jack in the Box sells tacos.
It does.
And Taco Bell doesn't sell burgers.
Jack in the Box sells everything, I think. If you find an actual Jack in the Box that has the menu on it, you got to drive for like a block just reading the menu. It's this.
It is a massive menu.
Huge
that
menu.
is true, and they keep adding. Always something new whenever you go to Jack in the Box.
Yep.
Unlike Taco Bell, where every time you go to Taco Bell, the menu is different. Every time.
Because they keep getting rid of stuff. They do add. We were mentioning adding. They do add,
but then they get rid of it a week later.
Yeah, it may not be a week, but
I think it's because they're trying
period of time.
They're trying to build hype with like artificial rarity, and I don't like it.
Yeah, with food,
I just want nacho fries all year round.
I just want.
How hard's that?
I just want a $1 bean burrito, and they don't have that anymore.
Oh yeah,
they
stopped having that.
Their bean burritos is like $2 now.
They're like $2 and like 8 cents. Next week they're gonna be $2 and 9 cents. Who knows? What's next on here? We got Amazon Prime Video is better than Netflix.
It depends on your money. So you can pretty much get anything on Amazon Prime, but a lot of it you have to pay for.
That's true. You can like rent movies and stuff. I don't know if you can rent movies like on Netflix. I think you just everything on there you can watch.
Right. You just get Netflix. Everything that they have, boom, there it is.
Yeah.
And maybe that would potentially make Netflix better.
Potentially, yeah.
Because you don't got to worry about, is this one I got to pay for? Is it not what I got to pay for? It's just what it is. You get it.
I can say my stance in this one is I don't watch anything on Amazon Prime Video. So, I guess for me that gives Netflix the upper hand. But I understand Amazon Prime Video. And I say they both have their advantages and disadvantages,
Yeah. We've always had both, so...
There you go. There you go. Next up, we got the Oscars are boring.
That one's an easy one.
I think boring. They're just boring.
Yeah. Sometimes you got some good jokes for them, whoever's doing the announcing or whatever, but...
You got Chris Rock getting slapped or something.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that was the Oscars. But
how long did that take to see that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It took 20 years of boringness to get one good bit.
One good clip. 5 second. Next up after that, we got Game of Thrones was overrated. Now, this is going to be on your side here. I haven't watched Game of Thrones.
So then you definitely think it was overrated because you never even watched it.
Well,
I loved it. I know a lot of people thought that the last season was horrible, like the worst season. And maybe it was the worst season, but it was still good.
That's fair. That's fair to say. I
mean, it was ending. What are you going to be like, oh, yeah, this season's not too bad to juice you up for the next season, but there is no next season. It's just they had to like close all the stuff, and that's not fun to watch. Be like, oh, they're closing up this storyline, they're closing up this storyline. It's like,
yeah. Sometimes the end of shows are satisfying, and sometimes they're like, oh, it's over.
Fantasy shows usually just try to button up too much and just is like, okay,
Yeah, they lose budget or something, and they're like, we gotta end everything.
button it all up, and it's like, you gotta leave something open ended, but whatever.
Yep, I have no opinion
So
on that one.
how about this next one where it's exactly opposite, where World of Warcraft is still the best video game ever. Now I really have no opinion on it because I've never played it.
I've played a lot of World of Warcraft. I'd say in the several thousands of hours at this point. It's a lot. I don't know about the best game ever, though. It is very good. It's very old.
I would completely disagree, saying I've never played it at all. If it was the best, I should have played it, right?
Exactly. But it's also a lot of people know of it. Like you've heard about
That's true.
World of
You
Warcraft.
could reference WoW
People
anywhere,
get it.
they understand.
They get it. It's definitely up there. I don't know about best ever though, because it has its shortcomings. But it also does a lot of stuff better than a lot of other games. So, it's kind of back to the Amazon Prime Video or Netflix thing. There's
Right.
So
how about this next one? Marvel movies lack imagination.
lack imagination. Huh?
I think it's completely true because they're not imagining anything for the movie. They're taking what's in a comic book.
It's already been imagined.
The story's the same on nearly everything, the standard, hero arc, and it is what it, you know what I mean? Guy has superpowers, they show how it's bad and then it's good and he saves the day and it's over. And there's no imagination there. Once you've seen the first couple, same story in all of them.
Same story, different guys.
Just ability and look. This one has a red costume instead of a green costume.
Yes. I can see that. I think that the Marvel movies are very well made.
Oh, sure, of course
they're
well
extremely
made,
high budget.
But that wasn't the
that's
thing.
not
was
what
the
it's saying.
imagination.
The imagination, I think, it's hard to reimagine something that's already been done, and that's what you're, writing the movie to be about.
Yeah.
So, I could see that one. That one's definitely fair, I think.
How about this one here? Crocs are a must-have footwear item.
I think as the owner of a pair of Crocs, I didn't have Crocs for a very long time. I thought they were overrated, or rather lacking in the imagination department, maybe. But I didn't like Crocs for a long time until I got a pair when I was an adult, and I don't mind them. They kind of fit anywhere. You can wear them in water. You can wear them in your house like slippers.
That does seem kind of cool. Now, I don't own a pair, so I kind of have no opinion on it. So must-have?
I don't think they're a must-have.
I must haven't a pair.
There you go. Hey, you! Yeah, I'm talking to you, David.
Daniela.
I know you are not subscribed, David.
Daniela.
And I would like to ask you to please consider subscribing. And like while you're down there. I'd say that's a fair ask.
All right.
All right, let's move on. On to this next one. We have everyone should try brightly colored hair once.
I don't know about that.
I've never dyed my hair.
I have also never dyed my hair.
But I grew up, I obviously don't have brightly colored hair anymore, but I grew up having like light blonde hair, and it slowly faded into brownish over time.
I don't think
I don't know if that
blonde
counts.
is light colored. I think they mean light, brightly colored.
Like some neon green.
Exactly.
Some blue.
Exactly.
I think you can try whatever you want to try.
Obviously, you could try whatever you want to try, but to say everyone, you have no choice in the matter. You must try brightly colored hair.
Well, there was a period in time in middle school where I wanted to dye my hair, And then I thought about it, and I was like, oh, it's going to get all, like, crispy.
And how long did it take you to think about it? Was it like a half a second?
It might have been a couple weeks. I don't know.
Wow,
You know, it
that's
was
a
middle
long time.
school, you know, a lot to think about.
So, where I work recently, there was a new hire, and during the interview, she came in normal colored hair. But on her first day,
Oh.
she did half green and half pink, both like neon colors.
Oh, bright.
Bright,
You wear some
definitely,
3D glasses. Her head would be
definitely
floating.
brightly colored hair. And this is a very professional place that I work. You know, very
Right.
high end, high class, very high end customers come in there. You know,
Do you have,
what do they
like,
call them?
a,
customers? They're clients,
Right.
and yeah, that was.
That was not it?
Management put a smackdown on it
Oh, wow.
immediately.
So I'm guessing you do have some sort of professional dress code. Like,
Right.
you can't come in wearing,
Right.
you know, raggedy old T-shirts and
When
whatnot,
your
or with
customer
bright
is
colored
the
hair.
you know, owner, board of directors, or CEO of multi-million-dollar corporations,
It's pretty serious.
if they came in there and you looked like a set of clowns, literally, I don't know that they would really choose to stay with your firm.
That's definitely understandable. I can get that one for sure. So everyone should try brightly colored hair once. Probably not.
Yeah.
Make your own decisions.
So this next one's quite controversial.
Oh,
Pineapple is the best pizza topping.
best.
Best.
That's a hard ask to say best.
Yeah.
As an acceptable pizza topping, I can agree with
I
acceptable.
would agree with an acceptable pizza topping.
Like a Hawaiian?
It's not very often, but every once in a while you want a Hawaiian pizza. Yeah. Get some ham and some, you know, there's pineapple on there.
Pineapple, maybe some red onion, sausage, whatever. You know,
But-
a little bit of pineapple won't hurt.
But to say it's the best pizza topping, I say
best.
no way. Not at
No
all.
way best.
It's not in the best.
I think the best pizza topping is cheese.
I think that's accurate because pretty much,
Every
unless you're
pizza's got
going
cheese.
with dairy-free pizza, every pizza has cheese on it.
Well, then it's got.
Therefore, it's the best.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Mostly every pizza's got cheese.
I think, though, is cheese really considered a topping?
Well, when you order pizza, you can order a cheese pizza or a pepperoni.
Yes, because does a cheese pizza have no toppings? Then, because if you order a pepperoni pizza, it already it has the cheese. It's not pepperoni on the sauce. It's the cheese and then pepperoni, but it's not called a cheese pepperoni. It's called pepperoni.
Well, if you order in like apps and stuff, you can ask for extra of toppings, and extra cheese is under that.
So maybe extra cheese
topping.
is a topping.
Extra
but
cheese.
the base cheese, is that a topping?
Base cheese is a given.
Right.
It's part of the pizza.
Right. It has no. That's why you go to cheese pizza. There's nothing else on. Nothing.
Or
on
would
it.
you just
so
say-
you got to call it something?
Or would you say pizza? So maybe it is a topping because you specify cheese.
Yes, but like I said previously, if you order pepperoni or a sausage or whatever topping
You
that
want
you're
pepperoni,
getting,
sausage,
you don't
pizza,
say
cheese?
cheese. You would only have to say extra cheese.
Yeah.
But definitely,
Definitely not the best topping for pineapple.
pineapple is definitely not the best topping. I
Definitely
don't think
not.
anyone would ever think that.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
I think that's why it's a hot take, and not opposed to a lukewarm or cold take.
how about this next one? Pop-Tarts are overrated.
I
I agree with that.
I would
Every
agree.
once in a while, you're just like, oh, you know what? A Pop-Tart would be amazing right now.
and then you eat it and,
then
it's
like,
underwhelming.
meh,
Yeah,
it's a Pop-Tart.
Pop-Tart.
You know what's better, though? What you're actually thinking, I think of. When I'm actually thinking, oh, a Pop-Tart would be amazing now.
You want a toaster strudel?
Toaster strudel. That's
Toaster
exactly
strudel.
it. That's like, yes, not overrated at all. That's exactly what I'm actually looking for
Toaster
when I think
strudel.
Pop-Tart.
Is way better. It's like gourmet Pop-Tart. Except it's not gourmet, but
Well, it's not even
It's
made out
way
of the
better
same
than a
stuff.
Pop-Tart.
The crust is completely different.
Yeah.
The inside
It's
completely
totally
different. You got self-service frosting.
yeah, you could use the whole packet if you
The
want.
frosting's
Same.
actually good instead of some crispy. I don't know what that
flavorless
is.
crystals of sugar. You know.
Yeah, so say Pop-Tarts are overrated. Definitely Pop-Tarts
Definitely
are overrated.
overrated. I would agree.
Yep.
Up next after that one, we have deep dish pizza is the best back on pizza.
So,
as opposed to, I'm guessing, like a New York style, like your standard pizza.
right. So I'm thinking like Chicago style, you know,
with the like it's kind of semi casserole-ish. It's
right.
It's a super thick cheese.
It's a casserole.
Pretty much a casserole.
I mean, if you have a good deep dish,
if you watched,
it is truly amazing.
If you watched episode 1 of our show here, I think deep dish pizza would fall under like ravioli. Regardless, we move on.
I think
that was last episode. But deep dish is very good.
It is very good, but a nice like New York style thin crust is also very good. And I think comparing them, because in my mind they're two different.
They're totally
different. They may
different.
share the pizza name.
Yeah.
But it's not really the same.
It's like Pop-Tarts and toaster strudels.
Exactly. Well, no.
Except Pop-Tarts are worse than toaster. Well, these are like mutually.
Yeah, because it's kind of different. Because like
good.
you said, deep dish pizza, it's kind of like more like a casserole and less like pizza. Just because it has the pizza name, it's two different categories.
It is.
You know what I mean?
It definitely
it's
falls
like
into different
a basketball team going up against a football team. Who's going to win?
Right.
Oh, you don't even know what sport they're playing.
Yeah,
they
soccer.
Nobody
wants to play soccer. But yeah, deep dish pizza is the best. You know, you like what you like. I like deep dish, but I also like the standard New York style. You know,
right.
That's
I think
a hard
saying
say.
any kind of specific food product is the best. Yeah, that's you know.
It's hard. It's very
yeah.
You know,
food is good.
Yeah, I don't feel super strong about it. Like some people feel, you know, super strong about it, but I like food.
Right. You don't want to be, you know, you don't want to put them into the boxes like, oh, I only got to eat the best, and that's the deep dish,
Chicago
or whatever.
style only.
Yeah, that's, you know.
I want to try it all.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Right.
Unless it's like balut, which, to be fair, I've never had, so I can't say. But it looks disgusting.
It definitely looks like you don't want to eat it. That's
it definitely
for sure.
looks like I don't want to eat it.
I'm glad it's not on this list. How about this next one? Cheese should be featured in every dish.
I disagree. Not everything. It does.
I don't know.
Let's
think about a few different dishes that could potentially have cheese in it, because it didn't say what kind of cheese.
That's true. That you could put some weird whatevers.
So ice cream. There are cheese in ice cream. If you get a
cheesecake, like a raspberry cheesecake
flavored ice cream, that's good.
It fits.
Definitely better than standard vanilla.
That's true. Standard vanilla is omega boring.
So cheese featured in ice cream, good.
It's fair. Yeah, cheesecake.
So you think about like egg dishes, you know, fried egg breakfast,
like a souffle
omelet type of thing. You put cheese in it.
Put cheese in it.
We put cheese in it.
Yeah, yeah.
So, you know, obviously you think of most like Italian dishes, spaghetti, lasagna,
carbonara. It's all got cheese
all
in it.
Gonna have cheese in it or topped with cheese. Hamburger, no hamburger. It's a cheeseburger.
It's a cheeseburger. If you want just a hamburger with no cheese, you gotta be some criminal or some psychopath or something.
Fries, cheese fries.
You can get like a loaded fries,
right?
Or animal style at In-N-Out or whatever.
I don't think those have
on
cheese on it.
It's got like a slab of like a slice of burger cheese.
Oh, that's right. It does have cheese. You're right. In-N-Out.
But
it does have the cheese.
There is somewhere that I think cheese does not fit, and this might just be personal preference. But like seafood
cheese. There are.
I don't know if
cheese in
goes on
seafood
everything.
dishes.
Yeah, you can get like we were looking up something yesterday about some lobster dish that has cheese on it, and it's like broiled or something. Which
lobster thermidor.
It's got cheese on it. I don't know. Never had it. Can't say for sure.
Right.
But like an oyster or like a mussel with cheese on it, or like
think about some sprinkles of some
you can get like a baked
Parmigiano Reggiano on shellfish.
on like some caviar. Get a sprinkle of Parmesan. You know, it's the complexity of the flavor mixed with the caviar that slices through whatever. I've never had caviar.
May be because it's so salty already. And cheese usually does adds a saltiness to something. That one might be interesting. I don't know. That might be different.
But
so
I know.
What does it say? She should be featured in every dish.
Featured.
Yeah.
So like it's like the main.
I think
thing.
you'd get tired of it, and you wouldn't want it to be featured in every. So
I think it fits into a lot of things.
It definitely fits into a lot of things.
I don't know about everything.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
Like. Yeah.
So how about this? No one truly likes avocados. I think that's a hilarious statement.
Nobody really likes avocado. It's just a trendy thing.
You know.
I like avocados.
Yeah, but
not in everything like cheese in the last prompt. But
what about on toast?
I don't know. Avocado toast is just boring. It's just like avocado salt and bread.
I think you definitely have to add salt or lemon juice or lime juice to avocados to make it taste good.
Yep, definitely.
But because without that, it's just kind of like buttery,
green
buttery
mush.
Texture of plant. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like a guacamole.
Yeah, but you usually got
Wonderful.
like a bit of a salsa and definitely like a lot of lime or something in the guacamole to make it. Actually, if it's just avocado, and then they call it mooshed avocado, and they call it guacamole, it's like where's the flavor?
Yeah, if you're just snacking on it like an
apple, you need the salsa stuff, like the tomato bits, the onion bits, a little bit of garlic. You know, you need the
a good nice guacamole,
right?
But just by itself, I don't know. But like in maybe like a sushi roll or so, it brings like I like avocado in things.
Yeah,
but avocado by
I would
itself,
say though that nobody truly likes avocados. I think is a funny statement.
It is a funny statement,
but I think there's definitely people.
There's definitely people. Yeah. I went to high school with a guy that would bring tomatoes and just eat them like apples.
But those aren't avocados.
Well, yes, but I'm sure there's people like that with avocados.
There may be.
Yeah,
sure.
What do we got next? We have American road trips are overrated.
I don't like driving, so I think that's a true statement.
I don't mind driving until I have to drive a long distance.
Well, a road trip.
And that's what a road trip is.
Pretty much means you're going to be driving a while.
I think road trips are definitely overrated because you're just driving on a road, potential traffic, which is giga annoying.
I think primarily, traffic sucks.
But primarily, you're just driving on a highway, listening to music.
I would say probably the best vacation I ever had was a road trip, though.
Really?
Yeah. And it was completely unplanned. The only plan that we had, I was completely unplanned, then say plan, but the only stipulation we had was the only places we could stop and eat was from a place that was on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives.
Oh, I was there.
It was amazing.
It was a great trip. I can confirm.
Stop here. It's time to eat. Where's the closest place to Diners, and Dives? Some places like you could question why they were on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, but it was adventurous and it was fun.
It was.
And it made it so much better than just driving.
Was the highlight the road trip aspect? Just driving
Well, there's no way you can get to a bunch of Triple D stops without driving.
You take a private helicopter.
Alrighty.
Pull a Kim Kardashian, have a 3-minute private jet ride. But
all right, let's look at this next one.
Okay, that's fair.
Seeing the world should be on everyone's bucket list.
Now, I'm seeing the world right now.
So you're saying
that's the world,
having
man.
eyes. So blind people, you're just
mutually exclusive to seers.
seeing that everyone whose eyes work properly can see the world.
See the world. Seeing the world should be on everyone's bucket list. So if you're blind, it should be on your bucket list to see. I think that's fair. I think most blind people want to see.
That's completely different than I think what it's trying to say, though.
That's true. I think they mean traveling to like.
I think it really means
places.
traveling all over the world, and I've only been to the United States. I've been to a lot of states. The majority I've been to over 25 states, so
that's a lot
more.
I think I've been to like 6
more states, and I've been to Mexico. I like going to Mexico.
Mexico's great.
And that's it, though.
That's also the only places I've been is the U.S. and Mexico.
So, but I think, I don't know. It just definitely opens your mind seeing other cultures and stuff like that. Like going to Mexico or even in between the states, seeing how people live differently since we live in the middle of a desert. It's different where people live in forests. The people are different. They do different things.
Totally different. But I think it's very interesting that seeing the world. I think that's very cool. Like, I watch these videos of these people that go to these weird places and just do everything they can. Eat all the food, meet all the people, and it's very cool to watch. Eventually I'd like to go there, and experience these things myself. But
so you would consider it a bucket list item?
I consider it a bucket list item. But
I think that's I think that's kind of a standard bucket list item.
Being on everyone's bucket list. I don't know. Some people don't like to travel.
Yeah, I don't really like to travel, but I think I'm somewhat interested in it still.
Yeah, I'm not.
I don't like the actual traveling part, like
that's what I
transportation don't like. Stuff, the driving or the being in an airplane for a long time. That's what I don't like.
Same. But being
actually
in a
being
cool place,
in a place, that's what's
that's cool, which is always the thing that you look forward to, and I think most people agree with that. But
I think so.
There's some days I just don't want to leave the house, and then some days I want to go to Vietnam, someplace I've never been.
Yeah,
Vietnam would be cool. They do weird stuff over there.
So this last one kind of has something to do with that other one. You should learn the language before you travel. I don't know Spanish.
I think,
and I've been to Mexico a lot.
I took a Spanish class. I know very little Spanish.
Yeah, I can understand. I can read Spanish, and you know what I mean, like being able to sound it out and read it like it's supposed to.
Figure it out after a little bit.
And a fair amount of words to be able to try to get by, but. Still, if someone's like, Mexicans
talking at you in
Mexicans talk so fast.
They do talk very fast,
and so usually you got to get somebody who knows English involved. If they're just like, blah, once they think you start saying a few things to them, and then they're like, oh, you know how to speak Spanish, and then blah, what?
Yeah. I don't think.
I was like, no. That's all I know. You gotta speak in English now.
God, you're just speaking at me. I don't know what you're saying. But you should learn the language before you travel.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No one would ever travel,
especially with Google Translate.
Yeah,
it does it for you.
Yeah,
you
want to read signs, whatever you can quickly do so.
And a lot of places are, they learn English.
Yeah, so many people.
A lot of the world speaks English already.
Yeah.
Not everybody, obviously, but, having to learn the language before you travel somewhere, I don't think.
No one would ever travel.
Yeah.
It's too much effort.
No one would ever travel.
Yeah.
That is a lot of effort.
Yeah.
Well, that's about all we got on the docket for today's episode. Please consider subscribing, scrolling down below, also giving it a like. That would be very much appreciated. And bloop. And thanks for watching. See you later.